people. It's Jess. I am back with a new month and a new author. This month is all about Brooklyn Cross. If you haven't already, go check her out. Go look her up on TikTok, Instagram, Goodreads, Facebook, and Amazon. She is everywhere. She's the sweetest thing ever. She's a Canadian author that writes dark romance, but not like super dark. Um, but that being said, let's get into it. Thank you, Brooklyn, for allowing me to use you in my Indie Author of the Month, first and foremost. Thank you, Lori, for recommending her, which is her PA. So thank you, ladies. I just want to start off with saying the first book I picked had to be one of the largest books I've read in a long time. But it was amazing. I couldn't put it down. Once I got going, I could not put it down. It started kind of slow for me, but once it picked up, I was good to go and I just couldn't put it down. This is going to be an enemies to lovers. It's going to be betrayal. It's got magic. It's got a triad. It's got two males and a female. It's got love. It's got, I guess in a sense you could say forbidden love. It has all the rough sex that you could ever imagine. Both of these males are very, very dominant and very, very strong and have super strong personalities. So as much as you would think that they clash, they do, but then they also work really, really well together. One of them is a rock star from the US, and the other one is has been doing all this and learning about all the factions and doing all the things his entire life out of Ireland. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Ireland. And they both, so in a triad you have the first, second, and third. They both assume that they are to be the first because they are from strong families and they are both strong personalities and strong people. The American rock star does not want to do a triad because he wants to live his American rock star life, but being from a strong family, he really is kind of forced into it. He really has to do it. So that's where the enemies to lovers comes to play, is that he didn't want to. He wanted to reject the triad. He wanted to reject the union between themselves, the two males, which are Rook and Reese, and then Elwyn, the female. He wanted to reject it. So his dad forces him to go live in Ireland with Reese to figure it out so that they can find their third. In the meantime, while they're figuring out their own love story and they're figuring out how to find their third, because they don't even know who their third is, you feel it. It's like a connection in between the two people, or three, and you just feel it. So you just know it's there. But like when you would run into them, you would know that it was them because of the feeling, the connection in between you. It's like I would say the best way to describe it would be like a thread between the two souls pulling each other together. That's how I took it. So while they're going through this, Reese grew up with Rook's cousins, and he has fallen in love with one of Rook's cousins. So there's that in there. But because she's not the right type of female, she can't be, and she's Rook's cousin, she can't be a part of their triad. So he has fallen in love with the wrong lover. So I guess in a sense of forbidden love is that. So you've got a little bit of that in there. But there's also action going on because there's people trying to kill off all the factions and trying to get rid of all the factions and get rid of all the old ways. So you've got that going on in the background as well, where Reese is trying to figure out who's doing it, who's burning all these cities, who's, killing all these people for no reason. And then you have Elwyn, who is redheaded and has magic. Now, the way that it works is the redheaded girls are the chosen ones. So they're the ones that have the magic, and they're the ones that are going to be either married off or put in a triad. So, but people are scared of their redheaded children, so they take a lot of them, and because they're magic, so people think that they're evil, and so they take a lot of them and they put them in the woods for them to die. So Elowin goes through. She has a coven, and she kind of goes through the forest once every couple of months and just checks for babies and checks for, just little kids that are redheaded that need to be saved. So that's what she's doing, and she sees, and she's not. So she's in a coven that lives in the woods, and they don't have, they don't know anything about modernization, airplanes, things like that. But also, the factions don't know about that either. The factions, well, they know about it, but they don't use it. So they all kind of are, in a sense, in the Dark Ages. Like, they still live in castles. They still don't have cars and things like that. They don't have TV. They don't have... They have, like, microwaves and things like that. Like, they can cook and things like that. But they don't have a lot of what the U.S. has. Like, what you think is normal now, they don't have in these factions overseas. So for Rook, it's a huge change to go from having access to everything to having access to nothing. So he goes through and, is having to learn all that, and then he's having to get to know Rhys and to either love him or not love him. And then you have Elowin coming through, who she, like I said, doesn't know anything about modernization at all, and she is following these fires, and she sees Rook land on the plane, and she's like, whoa, what is that? What is that metal bird? So she just kind of follows them around because she's drawn to him, because she sees him, so she's drawn to him. And she doesn't know why. So she just kind of follows, like, in the trees around, looking for babies still, but also looking, like, kind of paying attention to him. So she sees things on fire that Rhys and Rook are heading to see what's going on. And that Rhys and Rook are headed to see what's going on. And she follows them because she thinks that they are the reason for all the fires, and she thinks that they are the reason for everybody dying. So she follows them to Rhys's house, or I guess it's the Rook's home. It's his cousin's house. So she follows them there, and then she's planning to ambush them and kill them for killing the people, for killing innocent people. She doesn't know that they were just trying to figure it out, and that they were just trying to see what was going on. She thinks it was them because they're the ones that she saw at the fire. So she is going to kill them for burning up innocent people. But what she doesn't realize is that she is connected to them, and that she is their third. And they don't realize it either until Rook goes outside to I want to say he's doing some training, and sees her, and then she tries to attack him. And then they feel the pull, so he brings her in and tells Rhys that he found their third, but she doesn't understand. So that's where Mari comes in to help. Mari is there to help out and to teach Elowin the ways of life, and to teach her about the triads, because she, like I said, she's from a coven. She doesn't know. They're just a coven of old witches that don't understand the ways of the world, and they definitely don't understand men. She's been told her whole life to fear men and to hate men and all of that. So naturally, she's immediately taken aback and doesn't want anything to do with them, because she's always been told that they're bad and that they're horrible people. So you spend time getting to know her, and you spend time understanding why she is the way she is, and then she gets to decide if she wants to stay or go. Like, they're not going to make her stay. If she doesn't want to, they'll figure it out on their own, but she gets to decide that for herself. They say, hey, give us about a week, and then let's see where you're at in about a week, and see if you're happy with what we can offer you. So she gives them about a week, and she does end up staying, and she does end up feeling like this is the right place for her, but she has a condition for her to stay. So if you would like to follow along this journey and follow along in this series, I think it's a 3-book series. Technically 6 because there's 3 from Brooklyn, and then I think there'll be 3 from T.L. Holden. So that'll be interesting. I am excited to dive into them all. I cannot wait to get book 2. I want to say it is called Anytime. So go get it right now. Go get Anywhere and read it so that you're ready for Anytime that comes out hopefully later this summer. Other than that, again, thank you, Brooklyn, and thank you, Lori, for being a part of my Indie Author of the Month. I cannot wait to continue to dive into your books, and I can't wait to continue this journey with everybody. Thanks for all your support. Bye.